So why is a routine, specifically for this video, a morning routine, so important? Well, the mind likes patterns. And the thing about patterns is the mind starts creating a groove. It's like walking through a trail, right? When you're walking through a trail, what's happening is you're creating a path. And that path you can keep coming back to the day next, the day after next, the day after next. And before you get to see where you walked, what you did. But the thing about that is oftentimes we don't stick to the routines long enough to create that groove and that path that we want to continue walking on. And what we're going to do now is just some mindfulness meditation, 5-10 minutes. That's what we're going to do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go get our workout in before we go to work. Something I like to do during that meditation, mindfulness, whatever you want to call it, is I like to set intentions for the day. What is going to make me feel harmonious, make me feel in alignment? Set intention. So what do I want to accomplish? How do I want to feel while I'm doing these things? At the end of the day, what do I want to feel like? There had to be an outfit change because we remembered that we're working at the hospital today and we can't wear a hat. We'll have hat hair. Let's go. Things we do to film ourselves, right? See, the important part about creating the groove is you want your mind to be able to predict how it's going to feel, because the mind is always going to choose comfort. Comfort for the mind is predictability. It knows what it's getting next. The mind doesn't like surprises. So if we think about it that way, the more routine we create, the more healthy habits we start diving into, the mind's going to be able to start predicting how we feel and predicting outcomes, making it more comfortable, right? So right now you might be stuck in chaos, you might be stuck in unhealthy habits, you might be stuck in unhealthy thought patterns and stuff like that. But I think it's really important to remember we have the ability to change those thoughts, change those behaviors, and change the outcomes. So I'm going to get my workout in, and we will continue this conversation in a second. Something that's really important if you're just starting out on like an exercise or movement routine is start slow. You don't want to start jumping out of the gates doing like 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then by the end of the week, never touch it again for another 4 months. Been there. So it's really important, meet yourself at the level you're at. If you haven't worked out and you've been beating yourself up in your mind about it, don't go out and beat yourself up more. Start slow. Start doing stuff that you enjoy doing. That could be a 10-minute walk. It doesn't have to be 10 miles. So remember, start slow. Where I first started, it was like, my goal was 3 to 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. That didn't happen all the time. Sometimes I only had the 15 good minutes in me. And the most important practice of it all was kindness to myself, because that's the only reason I kept showing up. If you have a morning routine that really works for you, it doesn't have to be working out. It can be something that just helps you. Can you leave a comment below? Because that might really help somebody. And what this community about is helping others with things that have helped you. So I'd really appreciate it if you try to help somebody else by letting us know what works for you. Appreciate you. Because remember, if we're trying to create a morning routine means it has to be replicable. We want to keep doing it, and there's the key. We want to keep doing it, not we have to keep doing it. So finding things that you enjoy and you like building upon things. It can be 10, 15, 20 minutes of dancing in the morning. It can be whatever it is, but the whole point is just you get to see kind of what I do. Is I like to wake up, I like to take care of my morning stuff, brush my teeth, take my vitamins, drink my 32 ounces of water, and then I like to get into working out. Now I'm up to 4 to 5 days a week, still at minimum a half an hour, but that's been 2 years of getting to that, right? And being kind to myself along the way. So wherever you're at, find a routine, try things out. Not everything's going to happen right away. Not everything is going to come to you quickly. You know, it's a process. So if you get discouraged at first, try something else. That's the most important. This is a forever journey. I'm going to keep building on stuff, and that's the whole goal. Is we don't know what we want to build upon until we start doing new things. So the first step, just find something that you can repeat. It doesn't have to be working out. It can be meditation, it can be yoga, it can be whatever it may be, but finding a routine that you know. But finding a routine that you know is doing good for your mental health, your mind, your physical well-being, all of the things, because that in the long run is going to just build compound interest. And it's just going to give us the biggest payoff. This is my first time ever doing videos like this, so if you're enjoying it, just help me out by subscribing and liking the video. My goal is to get to 25,000 subscribers simply by helping people, being kind to people, and spreading love. Back to the routine. Remember too, your routine doesn't have to be the same as other people. You can use this video, you can use other people as inspiration, but ultimately the goal is to check in with yourself and find out what feels good for you, because we all have different needs, wants, and requirements for our bodies and mind. That's why if you're someone living with a disability and you can't get up and move around in certain ways, it's finding and adapting things to you. And a lot of times working with people that are specialized in those things is a huge help. Remember, asking for help for routines, for life, for coaching, for therapy, or anything like that isn't a weakness. It's actually a massive sign of strength, because you've understood that a way for you to reach your goals is with the help of others. Powers in numbers, right? We're taught that. So many of us think that we have to do everything by ourselves. We have to do everything, behind closed doors. No, asking for help is a superpower. You're going to get to where you want to go 10 times faster. So if you need help, remember, reach out to the avenues that can help you achieve your goal, whether that be with a routine, whether that be with your mental health, whether that be with relationships, whatever it may be. Just want to encourage you to remember, it's okay to ask for help. I ask for help all the time. Something we have to remember is it's supposed to be hard. That's really important. Because remember, when things get hard, that's oftentimes when we stop, when we quit. It's really important for our mind to remember it's supposed to be hard. That's where the good stuff comes from. Now, that doesn't mean no pain, no gain. That means it's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be a challenge to keep moving forward, to break through these patterns. It doesn't mean to hurt yourself. It means to be aware of your goals, what you're working for, and when it gets hard, to continue through them. Find patterns and new routes to get there. Because so many of us, when it starts to get hard, that's when we're just like, nope, it shouldn't be like this. One of my favorite sayings is, when it's easy, it's easy. But when it's hard, it's hard. Both of them are okay. Both of them are the right path. So remember, if it's hard right now for you to even get started, it's supposed to be, because that's where change is found. And I can't emphasize enough, be kind to yourself. Along the way, you're going to want to quit, you're going to want to give up, you're going to want to do something different, you're going to think you're not good enough. You are. You're always good enough. You're good enough right now. You're just looking to get better. We all are. And this is one way to do it, is a morning routine, so your mind can start predicting where it's going, instead of constantly trying to choose the chaos it's become so accustomed to. So if you're in a place where you think, you're not good enough, you're not going to get there, small steps, climb mountains, my friends. Remember that. I am beyond proud of you. Let's do this together. Oh, I appreciate you keeping me company during my morning routine. If you're looking for a couple new ways to improve yourself, to better your life, I'll link one of the videos right here that I made for you. I appreciate you hanging out, appreciate you being on this journey with me, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace and love.